Thank you. So thanks for joining me today, guys, on the Delta Flyer. It's a classic sky gondola cable ride. I've been riding this since I was a little kid. And sadly, my kids don't really enjoy this kind of a ride. They're more into the roller coasters and the faster paced things. Although my daughter will ride this every once in a while. My wife is terrified of it. She's afraid of heights. I don't know how. She grew up on ski slopes on a chairlift, and there's a million more people that are falling off chairlifts every year than these things. So we're taking a cruise over Great America. So if you look closely, the blue structural remains of that loading platform over there, those are supposedly the leftover remains of part of the loading dock for the old tidal wave single looping backwards roller coaster that used to be here at Great America when the Marriott family owned the park. So Great America used to have much stronger theming throughout the various areas of the park. So I mentioned the tidal wave. That was part of the old Yankee Harbor attraction area, which was kind of an old Yankee Clipper pier feel to it. Now that lighthouse right there is one of the last, as far as I know, the last remaining structure left over from the old Yankee Harbor area. So see all this area with the redwoods here and these water bodies? This used to be known as Yukon territory, and it was heavily themed after like a Native American Indian land, and they had totem poles and cast members in costume all the time. And at some point they took that out and they transitioned it over to this Peanuts, Snoopy, like a children's themed area. So prior to that, it was like a Hanna-Barbera, Scooby-Doo and Yogi Bear kind of a thing, I think. Don't quote me on that. Some of you guys who are more versed in Great America history, please feel free to comment and correct me as needed down below. So this is just the first leg of the Delta Flyer. And we're touching down now. And stay tuned for the other leg. We'll hop it right back. The line, as you can see, is very short. Thank you. And we're going to hop right back on the other way. So get a close look at this. My understanding, and again, perhaps incorrect, is these kinds of rides are slowly becoming extinct. Disneyland took theirs out, and I don't believe Knott's Berry Farm has one of these. The Santa Cruz Boardwalk has kind of a ski lift configured ride where your feet kind of hang down and it goes up and down the beach. at the boardwalk. That would be the closest to this. So Disneyland's was awesome when they had it. It went through the Matterhorn, and I don't know why they took it out. There was a great view of the Matterhorn ride, and this one's not quite that elaborate, but it's still pretty cool in my book. So one way it's called the Delta Flyer, and this way is called the Eagle's Flight. Cool things about this ride is it's one of the few rides in the park where you can get really close, up close to everything, seeing how the cables work and the pulleys work and everything. So we're going back the other way. So this area down here where all the carnival games are, that used to be called the Country Fair area. And I'm going to walk you guys through the picnic grove area in just a bit too. Hopefully my microphone isn't blowing out with wind. It's a little breezy up here right now. So probably the most stark thing here is Levi Stadium. That's relatively new. That's where the 49ers play. Or that's where they play during the season. During the off season, it's pretty dull and pretty empty for the most part. So there's another view of the old Yukon Territory. As I was saying earlier, all those redwood trees, for the most part, are the original ones, I believe. So they opened up that little walkway back there in that grass area. So that's kind of cool. That was closed last year, so that's kind of nice. So that's a rapids ride over there in the trees. Haven't ridden that in a long time. So we're touching down in Orleans Place pretty soon. Thank you.